Hello, how's everybody doing? Well, this one I'm doing on YouTube because of some of the comments. It just seems like, okay, well, one of the comments are unfair to Serena, okay? And the other one from a friend, it seems like I'm being too hard on the Jehovah's Witnesses. So I'm going to answer that one, and then this one is just short to answer those comments. And I'm going to give another YouTube. I'm not being hard on Serena. Serena knows exactly it's impossible. First of all, she uses her ability to be an ex-Jehovah Witness to do all the things that she did. We just know. One thing about you have to understand about I don't say about the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. I mean, I have to say about the ex-Jehovah Witness other than the Jehovah Witnesses, because Jehovah Witnesses are in a place you can't even get to them. For one reason, one of my comments or friends um, feel strongly about going against the society instead of Jehovah Witnesses. I'm going to answer that question, but that's not right now. But I'm not going against anybody. I'm just telling the truth. We're just a whole bunch of lies. It's a whole bunch of lies. If you get someone to lie for you, the person is still a liar, even if they don't even know they're lying, but they have to face it some kind of way. It's like in America, which is really something else about America, is that you can get people you can be affected by something that you have nothing to do with. And you will be in trouble. So a lot of things, the strength about the people in America is a lot of times you have to be careful for yourself from other people. And that's one thing with the Jehovah Witnesses. If they're being used to tell lies and stuff, they're still gonna have to know it. I probably felt very uncomfortable with some of the things, but I didn't that's the number one thing, is I didn't understand what I was doing, but I was still lying for them no matter what. Like when I was saying I wasn't superstitious. Instead of just thinking, which they took the ability away from me, but I wasn't able to think, am I superstitious? Which I don't think it's anything wrong with, you're superstitious about this, you're superstitious like that. Some of the things are kind of fun, you know what I mean? And it's generalized because I told you everything is generalized. I even looked up I told you the definition of like being superstitious. And the meanings are so generalized now, totally. And so what I'm trying to say is, but I was superstitious. They're superstitious. They're more superstitious. They grow superstitious people. And I don't see anything wrong with saying that about them because I'm talking about myself too. And to do something in this world, because it's global now, you have to know exactly everything, the whole truth. And I talk to you about truth about it. It can get complex. It's simple, but you can keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And that's the way I do things. The only thing about me is that I've been doing it for a long time, and I can keep going and keep going, and I know when to stop, and I know when to stop because you're dealing with your body, and your body sometimes needs breaks. Your body sometimes needs to recuperate. I'm watching the doggy, so if you might hear her all the time. So you're dealing with so many things, but I've been doing this for a long time, so I understand that. So what I'm trying to say is it has to be done to understand myself and to help the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. That's my number one goal, is to help the ex-Jehovah Witnesses because they help me, okay? So, yes, they're liars. I was in the Jehovah Witness, I was a liar. And you know what? The funny thing about it is they used to have the they used to be called, the apostates used to be called the evil slave class. And I told this story before. And you would be sitting in a meeting. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You would be sitting in a meeting, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the meeting, as Jehovah's Witness in the Kingdom Hall, somebody would stand up and go, "He's lying! He's lying!" And we didn't have the ability to say, what is this guy talking about? Like I was saying, then they're in nowhere. You can't even, my information can't even get to them. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm talking to them to help them, but I know that their organization will listen to me more than the Jehovah's Witnesses will listen to me. So there's a lot of people like that. So, but you have to but you're telling the truth. And not just that, but that was a lot of work that I did. A lot of work. I'm still on the Jehovah's Witnesses now. I just didn't come up with that. I've been doing a station, well, I've been an ex-Jehovah Witness consultant for maybe not the whole 10 years. Well, it's been a long time, maybe around 10 years. And the only thing about it is, like I told you, I've been studying and putting things together. So I just don't keep going around in circles. I draw conclusions. And like before, I was saying that it was make-believe, but still there was something else. And it had to go further. So what I was telling you about is just my examination of myself as an ex-Jehovah Witness, myself as a Jehovah Witness, my family is Jehovah Witness, and they continually to torture us, torture me. It's just like every day, and they don't even think about it. You know what I mean? What kind of people are like that? So what I'm trying to say is, I'm doing this to understand myself better and to survive. And these things are being done to you, so you have to do something, and you have to figure it out. A lot of people can't figure out like I can, but I know I can because I've been doing it for so long. Actually, I'm the weakest person in the world, and I have the strongest, which is the Almighty, to help me. So, and I'm positive. If I were to say something, or if I'm doing something in the wrong direction, the first person that would let me know is the Father. And I can say that so I can explain to you. I say person so that I can explain to you in grammar without going to other moons, so that you can understand. So that's one reason why it's not difficult for me to say it, but it's the truth. That's the conclusion I drew. And not just that, but now I have to, because it has to be complete. It's going to be completed. Because what I'm going to do now, yesterday when I got home, I went over the whole list of the book, and I'm going to put it in I think it's an Access program, to where I put each subject down. Now I have 24 subjects, okay? And then I'm going to sort them in certain directions. First, I categorize them, which I can already see. Some of them are going to be superstition. Some of them are going to be write out lies. And then I think the other one is going to be deception, but I'm going to let you know. I think I'm going to do it today because I'm not working tomorrow. So anyway, this is to let you know that it's not something against anybody. This is a study. It is a study into the minds of what happened to me, what happens to the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, what's happening to the Jehovah's Witnesses, so that we can move on. Not just that, but everything is connected, okay? If we can get over this mountain, we can do other mountains with the power that we use by knowing what we know. Now I know that there are a bunch of pathological liars. That's all. That's the conclusion I draw. I didn't draw it overnight. It happened in a process. Maybe I can say it took like 12 years, 10 to 12 years to come to that. So don't feel uneasy about the truth, which is just hard to take. It's hard for me to take, but it's the truth, and it made me feel very well. Now, as far as Serena is concerned, she knows exactly what she's doing. This child, we are talking about somebody who made it into the church, the English church. I mean, the Church of Britain. Okay, you don't do. She's a tennis champion. Okay, there's no way in the world that she doesn't understand what she's doing, but she could be afraid. So I'm helping her also, because she could be afraid because she thinks her power is coming from their Jehovah. Okay, so not just that, but we supported her as Jehovah Witnesses. We supported her, and she needed our support because of the ex-Jehovah Witnesses and the people who agree with the ex-Jehovah Witnesses didn't support her. I don't think she would have made. How can I say that? You need fans, okay? Without fans, you pretty much can't do anything. But if you are really, really a bad person, okay, and you're really against the people that you think that are helping you, the people have to let her know that, hey, this is not right. We did not help you for that reason, okay? And I support her on things when people were down in her, but she knew exactly what she was doing. You're not going to get on Beyonce's video. We're talking about a superstar tennis player, okay? You cannot do those things without knowing what you're doing, okay? And if you don't know what you're doing, you need to know what you're doing. So the last of her worries, to be saying unfair, no, it's not true, because I supported her in everything. Didn't ask for anything back. But I have to let her know, just like I went through hell supporting her in her tantrums and things like that. So now it's my turn to let her know, honestly, that she's not going in the right direction. And there's two things that have to happen. Either she writes the letter, or else my ex brothers or the ex elders or everything is going to write her a letter. Something's going to happen there. It just has to. You know what I mean? There's no way. Yes, she did practice. Okay, every Jehovah Witness knows how our minds are. It's kind of hard to express, but the power that we conceal in ourselves, okay? And she pretty much is not being unfair. If you listen to all the ex-Jehovah Witness tapes, then you will see that it's not fair. She knows she needs to know what she's doing. But not just that. The only thing I could probably say she's doing is that she's afraid of her Jehovah, which is it's pretty powerful. I mean, everybody has to have a power, especially when you do something. Even I'm doing something. I want to do a lot of things. There's no way in the world I could do anything without a power. There's nothing you can do. Everybody has to have some kind of power. I mean, like Serena Williams, I don't care how good you are, you need a power with you, okay? Maybe she thinks the power that was with her was her Jehovah. You know what I mean? Maybe it could have been. I don't know. And she has to pay her dues back. Or maybe she sold her soul. I don't know how it works out. But no matter what, she had a power with her. I don't know what the power was. Maybe we'll find out. But you have to have a power with you. Even this YouTube channel, I can't have the YouTube channel without a power. I can't even speak of the things that I want in my heart, because you're dealing with other people. When you're dealing with other people, you have to have power. And in order to have power, it has to have some kind of source. My power is the Father. I mean, He loves me. And He spent decades letting me know that He's got my back. I mean, I'm sorry for saying it like that, but that's the way He let me know, okay? But I don't use power, okay? Like I said, I'm the weakest person in the world. Anybody can do anything to me, but no one knows what his limits are. If he's gonna let them do this, or he's gonna let them do that, or is he gonna let them do this when it comes to Pierre Deux. So that's my power that I have, which is probably the strongest power in the whole universe. But that's the way it goes. I mean, thank you very much.